welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, here we go for the first time doing the KVJ After the Show podcast live from the brand new 97.9 WRMF studios. Here we go, baby.
Woohoo!
All right, beginning of a new era.
You're not hearing the station in your headphones, right?
Nope, I'm hearing what I got here. We'll have Denny's figure that out for you in a second.
No worries.
He got you. Yeah, all these little hiccups and all these kind of new little things. Part of being in a new studio. So we got, still a lot of work to do. So what you're seeing right now, if you're watching us on KVJ TV, it's not going to be the finished product. Today's just enough that we were good to go live with it. So it all
thank you so
out.
much for all the critiques of Kevin and how he's looking on these new cameras.
Yeah.
We did learn, too, these are 4K
Yep.
cameras, not just HD, 4K. 4K for embarrassing K, Kevin.
Yes, they're not 4K. They're not for Kevin.
They're
yes.
against K.
Yes, let me just say I got a lot of constructive criticism today. A lot of stuff to work on.
Aw.
Yeah, along with the lighting. So.
You look great.
That's all right. Yeah, Jaybird is not with us, so he's got, I don't know if it's hip or back or both or what's going on with him. So he, I guess, is getting a shot, and I guess they only do those in the morning. Is that what it is?
Shot to the back.
Yeah.
'Cause you're in pain.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he got here a little bit late today and then was here for about 10 minutes and then bounced.
I think he's been in significant pain for a while, so this is long overdue, and I think that it'll help him get through the next couple months while he figures out what he wants to do, surgery or keep doing the pain management.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I guess, yeah. He said if he does the surgery, it probably wouldn't be before, around Christmas maybe?
Yeah, because he wants to get through the KVJ horror movie, which he is currently in production on right now. And you know, Steven Cheeseburg ain't breaking down for surgery.
That's right.
He's not going to stop that train. It's already started coming at you like a bright line.
Yeah, he's already working on that. So, yeah, so he's getting himself repaired. But Denny's able to pop in here today as we still have some of the engineers working and, tweaking a little bit here and there. So we're going to put things together. In fact, I think the big discussion is the walls that we have in here. It's nice. It looks almost too clean, too white. It needs. You ever go into a place and it feels a little sterile and it needs a little character? And so I was talking to them. They have different tiles that you can get that are kind of wavy or they have design to them. I was like, yeah, I think that might be good. Maybe getting some colored floodlights to go up the wall a little bit just to add a little something else to it.
Jazz it up a little.
Yeah. So I think we got to do a little bit of that. We got to get the lighting right. It is kind of neat, though, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do this all the time. Jaber wasn't really here today, but we have two different layers of blinds. We have one that you can see through that just makes it a little bit darker, but you can see out there, which is nice, which I don't know if Bird will be able to do that because we always had to have all the double blind shut.
He's not going to like it how it is right now.
I don't think we'll be
He's so nice.
able to do
He's
that.
He's not going to be a fan of that.
So don't get used to that. That's not a permanent. So, yeah, so we got that going on. So we're getting there, but I will tell you the cameras are a lot crisper, which is what I was hoping for because the other ones we had looked like we rubbed fried chicken on the lenses. These are clean.
In those
very
cameras'
clean.
defense, there may have actually been fried chicken rubbed on them.
Probably was. I mean, it had, 11 years of our funk and gras doux, as you Cajuns call it, all over it.
Gras doux, splatter, glitter.
Yeah. It was just an absolute wreck. Yeah, so that's all good. So, yeah, we'll work through it all, and we'll get there, get the lighting right. I'll figure out my shiny forehead, and so we'll get it all together.
Good news is, though, people said you could double as the Jupiter Lighthouse if it ever goes out.
Yeah, just put my head out the window.
Don't read the comments.
Bringing ships to shore.
Yeah, my goodness, wow. Yeah, we did get some comments. Keith, he had said, the studio looks great. Video clarity is awesome. Let the high-def shenanigans begin. Yeah, no doubt. We got a whole bunch of toys and tools and all that kind of stuff we haven't even worked through yet, so we'll get to that eventually. Alexandria said, so I was driving to work this morning. I pulled up YouTube to listen, and when I saw your new studio, I started tearing up.
Aww.
I was like, damn, I'm so happy for them. But WTF, why am I crying? And then I remembered I'm 8 months pregnant.
Aww.
A hormonal mess. So we brought a pregnant lady to tears today with the new studio. Yes, I almost teared up as well. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know if we're going to be in here, but look at that. Here we are. And Denny's, if you're wondering how you're doing that, now the cameras are set up where they switch on their own. Is that how it's set up right now?
Yeah, it has a AI mode. Everything's got AI now.
Fancy.
But yeah, so it's set up, and you can set different thresholds of, if a person talks for about half a second, it waits about a half a second. So that doesn't cut immediately when somebody starts talking, because that'll just get crazy looking.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I do talk over everybody. That's going to be tricky.
but that'll be great for moments where I have to run in and grab something or load something. Instead of just leaving it, I would just sometimes leave it on the overhead shot, or I'd leave it on just a one shot. This will be so much cleaner looking.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so we got that going for us, which is going to be nice. Sue said, you guys look like you're photoshopped into the new studio. Okay. Yeah.
I can see it. I mean, because I had it, you guys up in the back, and you guys are in super high def.
Kevin has struggled all his life with looking like a wax figure of himself.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine. He might look like he's photoshopped, but I swear he's here.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, I think because the lighting on Denny's, I'm looking at him. He looks natural. He looks good. Mine is that light right there. It's way too intense. I don't know if you can move the lower part of that up. That actually might help a little bit.
I think I can even adjust it here.
Yeah, I think they've got that on ultra bright. Which I remember one time, have you ever gone into a dressing room that is so bright, and I put on pants that were way too tight already, and I have never looked more gross. I was so white and washed out, and then I felt fat. I had fat rolls coming over my pants. I was like, oh my gosh, that's about how I feel right now on this camera.
Is that a little softer?
Maybe.
I'm adjusting it.
Wow, you can control it from your phone?
Like
I
one
know
of
a lot of the
million.
stuff I can do on my phone, which
That
is
is
wild.
sick.
Yeah, your son Rocco's going to love this studio.
Oh my gosh.
The lights are gonna be going crazy.
Rocco's going to have an aneurysm when he sees this place.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
See, I got
Okay, let's
control over
tweak
them
them
all.
lights out. Yeah, because people are saying,
Wow.
yeah, you look the way I should. What I've got going on, that light is way too bright, and it's pinging off my head. Like, you're set great. You look natural, Denny's. Whatever you got going on.
I say Virginia looked pretty good too earlier.
Yeah, I
when
feel like
was setting
somebody
yours.
set me up over here. They
Tell
put me
me
in.
more, Denny's.
Hey, let's try to make Kevin's camera make him look as gross as we possibly can. Yeah, so make the light really, really bright. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Bringing that down. Yeah, continue to bring that down.
I'll bring it down. I got it at 30% here.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely is needed.
You were
Okay,
at
look at this.
70% earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, that maybe at 20 is where I need to go. You can probably even bring it down to. Yeah, Virginia looks great. Yeah, everybody looks great. I look like.
I got it at 22%.
Poor Kevin.
Yeah.
He's over there doing all the heavy lifting, and they made him look the worst.
And on top of it, yeah, they got a freaking. I couldn't even see. I was blinded the entire show. I was gonna put sunglasses on. I'm like, oh my god, I can't even see forward.
All right, I dimmed it on you a little bit. That might be a little better.
That's a lot better. Yeah, how you did that? Of course, we were doing it after the show.
I wait till no one's.
Yeah, wait till all the hecklers are out of the chat room. Yeah, that is a lot better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was insane how they had that set up. Yeah, so we're going to be working on that, and then we need to do something about. There's a light. Like, I guess they forgot to put the thermostat in, or didn't care.
The cover of the thermostat,
Yeah.
it looks like a robot.
Right.
Well, it looks like, when you walk into a bathroom and you're like, uh-oh, is there a hidden camera in this
Right.
bathroom? That's what that thermostat looks like. Like, I'm looking for the hidden camera because I know it's live streaming to some pedophile's website somewhere.
Yeah. Right.
It's
Probably.
creepy.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
At least you know it's going to be in what is this? 4D,
4K.
4K.
But not 4K. Against K.
Yeah. Against K. Richard said in an email here, he was talking about a KVJ court that we had. 20-year-old girl is with her 49-year-old, I guess, former professor, but she just had him this last semester, and now they're talking about moving in together. And they're like, what the hell? And the question was, the mom wants to say something to the dean of the school, and the dad's like, just stay out of it because you're going to push her further into his arms if you do anything. Richard said, first off, if the school has a policy, then go directly to the professor and say, hey, listen, man, you decide. Do you want to keep your career or my daughter? So they said if you figure out, and the daughter, I think they must have a policy because the daughter is trying to insist to them that there was nothing going on while he was a professor. But here you are. It was last semester. How long has school been out?
Not long.
And now in what, 3 weeks, you're like, oh, we're going to move in together.
3 weeks? Come on.
And it started right after. Yeah, so that doesn't fly.
And look back at her grades. I promise you, she got an A in his class.
That'd probably be the first thing the dean would look at.
Yeah.
It'd be okay, how does her grades, what did she do in her other classes? What did she do in this class?
Show me her work.
Yeah.
Show me what she did to earn that A.
Yeah, I mean, you probably could get this professor fired or at least suspended or something like that. But again, your daughter's going to be so pissed off at you.
She's going to be mad. This is a tough one because you don't want to get involved. You just want to stay out of your kids' romance.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
That's tough.
You decide. Yeah, Denny's, whatever you do with the lighting, it's already looking a lot better.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll make some adjustments. I have a ongoing list of notes for after we wrap today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll get that. Now, what all do we have to bring in here into the new studio? Because I brought everything. I travel light. I've got these headphones. I've got a dry erase marker. I've got an eraser. I've got a dry erase board. And I think I have one folder that holds my endorsement scripts. And I moved in.
So I'd say as anything that we needed to get the show working is down here. What we need to move is we got the drink cart.
Yeah. First things first. Where's the bar?
Okay. Where's the drink cart going to go? Because it looks like we already have almost a natural bar over there. You
I
put
know.
that right next to it.
We got to make that the bar.
Okay.
We can put like all kinds of cups and glassware underneath. Make it real classy.
Yeah.
We got a microwave.
Ooh.
We got a mini fridge.
Okay. Yeah.
We got the hot plate. I don't know if that's going to make it down here.
They probably would frown on us using that hot plate. I don't think they know that we use that.
That's the one that knocked us off the air for like 3 hours?
It is.
Okay.
They probably would frown on us using the hot plate again. So, shh. If we bring it down here, don't tell them.
Yeah, we won't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I remember because one of the things stopped working, so we unplugged it and we plugged the hot plate into the one that everything that runs everything WRMF was plugged into, and it just shut it all
Boom, gone.
down. Yeah.
Yeah. That was honestly
stay
amazing.
away
I've never
from
seen
that.
anything like it. It just, and you could tell because Virginia hit that thing and went, one of those I'm like, that, whatever just happened is not going to be good.
When we knock a station off the air, we knock a station off the air.
I mean, it was something.
We were off for over an hour, right?
I think it was closer to 2.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was a long time. Yeah, we were off a while.
I was sweating bullets.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh my gosh, it's all my fault. That was a tough 2 hours.
And are we supposed to have a camera that we can use outside the studio?
Yeah, I think there's a way to sync cameras in. I don't know how far it'll go, though. It has to probably be within wherever our Wi-Fi reaches to.
We gotta look on that because I assume anything messy we do, we're gonna have to just
Not do it
do it
here.
in the hallway. Yeah, but if we had a camera out there and we could, we ought to probably look into that. Not that we have anything messy tomorrow, but here soon, I'm sure we will.
Absolutely.
Got to figure
There's
out
a
where our
little
splash
lobby.
zone is going to be.
There's a little, a new little lobby now that we have. We can
There
do
is.
stuff here.
Yeah.
Our boss's office is right there. We could do stuff in there.
Yeah.
The boss that got fired, we could do stuff in there.
Oh, and that, yeah.
We could take that
it's a corner
over.
office.
It's
It's a
corner.
great office.
That is a corner office, yeah.
Why don't you try to get that office?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. We do have a couple empty offices here.
It's been a minute since Kevin was allowed to have an office.
Haven't had an office in, 5 years probably
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
But now a lot of people have been let go, so there's free space.
Fun fact, we are actually sitting right now in my old office.
Dang, that's true.
Yeah, there used
Yeah.
to be a wall right here.
Yeah. This is where you and Denny's are sitting. That was my office.
Full circle moment.
Right. Yeah.
Back to where it all began.
That's it. Here we are. Boom. Got some emails about smells. Man, I was noticing the bright line, and after going from West Palm Station to Aventura, I'm like, they all smell the same. It's this overpowering clean smell. It is pretty amazing. It's nice, but it's almost overpowering. Ty said, yeah, Jupiter Beach Resort, they've got a delicious tropical smell in the lobby that makes you want to stay an extra night even before you checked in.
I have noticed that.
Yep.
Jupiter Beach Resort smells fantastic.
A lot of those places, yeah, they have whatever the diffusers on. My wife has had those, and she has them on a timer where they squirt, but she has them in a place, and I don't know if they're motion sensors, because every time I'm going into the closet, because I have my vitamin C is up there, and I go, and I'm always like, I don't know what it is. When I put my hands above my head, my mouth opens. So I go, and it goes, and sprays the diffuser right into my mouth. It's like mouth freshener every day. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I straight out got the big C.
Oh my gosh.
I'm reaching for vitamin C, and I'm like, no, I got the other C. I got the cancer now.
Jessica Alba would hear that story and go, you're going to be dead by Christmas.
Oh, it's just and it's almost every day. I'm like, oh, I gotta give like every day I get diffuser in my mouth. I mean, yeah, it's taken easily 10 years off my life.
Feels like a booby trap, Kevin.
It does. I think everything's booby trapped. I come in here, I feel like this is booby trapped. It's like the whole world is just, I can't go anywhere. It's all booby trapped. It's crazy. Got an email here from Drew. Is Jaybird still doing his push-ups? And how has he gotten on that? I know he went hot heavy. You know, he went day 10. We talked a lot about that. Talked a lot about day 11, because he does an additional push-up every day. Started with 10, went to 11, went to 12. I think we got to 13, and then the conversation kind of stopped. If you notice that, he's not bringing it up anymore.
I didn't hear much about 14 or 15.
And he would always tell me every day, he's like, I did my 12 push-ups. I did my 13th push-up. I haven't got an email about it since 13.
I mean, Kevin, what do you think? Okay, if he says he can do 13, I say do it, bitch. I need to see that in person.
What's my question? Did he stop already? Is the challenge over after 3 days, or is he just quietly doing it and forgot to be like, oh, I'm not going to do a flex? Because I would think he'd probably want that recognition, right? That he is now up to, because he should be
by now
he should be up to, I think, 18.
18.
Right, even if he's only doing it 5 days a week and going with that. Otherwise, he should be up to about 20.
I don't know much, but
What are you putting the numbers on?
I would bet a lot of money that he can't do 18.
18's tough.
18 is tough.
Out of practice.
Right.
With his hip and his back the way it is.
Yeah.
We have to remember, if he's in here tomorrow, we have to be like, okay, where are you? And if he's feeling fresh and frisky after getting this pain relief shot, maybe he can.
Okay, now.
Yeah, if he's got the shot.
Yeah.
Once he gets the shot, he may be able to do 18. But today, the man I saw in here this morning, that man, there's no way.
What sucks is right after the shot, he's feeling great. But, I mean, as time goes on, that declines.
Every day
he's
he
at
declines.
He's at the very bottom of that.
What he needs to do, if he's not going to do the surgery, is just schedule the shot for every 2 months. And don't stop. Like, keep it on the books. Schedule 6 months out tomorrow.
Just so you know, and it's there.
Right. You know, you're going, and this is like before it starts wearing off, you're already signing up for a new one.
Because it seems like maybe he's gone too long between. Because, he got to it seems like he's been in a good bit of pain.
He'd probably have to start back over at 10.
And we'll have to ask the doctor, if a push-up challenge is going to irritate it. I think it probably would.
Well, I mean, if he's doing that, it doesn't take any time at all to do 12 to 20 push-ups. I mean, he could just do his daily routine in here, to kind of inspire all of us.
So I got challenged on social media by a friend. It was the push-up challenge. You had to do 25 push-ups for 25 days.
Okay.
Each day, but you had to put it on social media to prove that you did it, so it kind of holds you accountable. It was pretty great. I started off only being able to do about 10, so I split that into 10, and then 5.
Mm-hmm.
By 2 weeks, I was doing 25, no problem. And by the end of the challenge, I was able to do 30 to 40 push-ups.
Wow.
Yeah.
It really, if you do 25 days of 25 push-ups, you will be able to exceed 25 in
It doesn't take much. It really is just minimal work. It's consistency. Is really what it is.
You can lose it, though. I don't think I could do 25. I don't think I could do 30 like I was doing. But it got to the point where you could bang 30 out no problem.
Right. Yeah.
It's really the best exercise.
You've been chasing a baby. Those get in the way of taking care of yourself.
So at first, baby, lower back. I never had lower back pain. And it's just, you don't realize how much you reach down and pick up. It's just nonstop. You're constantly reaching down and picking up. And same with my right arm. When I first got baby, and baby, grows and such. But at first, I hold him in one arm, and then it was like, I'm holding him like, man, my wind wasn't that long. Now I could run a marathon holding a baby. I've just held him so long for 2 years straight, just always in my
it's
right
like a
arm.
little workout.
You just get stronger from it. My lower back, I can pick up boulders. It doesn't matter.
How much does he weigh now?
Gosh, they just weighed him, but he's got to be like 26 pounds, right?
26 pounds.
Yeah.
Not that you ever would, but if you had to throw him, how far do you think
I could throw him? I could throw him pretty far.
Oh, I could throw him off the wall over there.
You think so?
Definitely. I could definitely throw him across this room. What we do is he's such an active climbing baby. So we set up a pile of pillows, took all the couch cushions, threw them on the ground, and he likes us to like toss him onto him. He just loves it.
Rocco
there is some fun
loves
about
it.
that.
He likes to pretend like you're wrestling him. You're like, oh no, and then you throw him.
Oh,
he just
that's
loves
great.
it.
Yeah, I remember those days.
It's a lot of fun. It's weird. Kids are just, they climb all over you. You're just talking to people. You're on the phone. You're helping somebody at the door, and you just have this kid climbing on you.
It's a fun age. Yeah, when you're doing that, I remember when my son Cannon was younger, and we'd play a little football on the couch. We got that big old couch, and he'd tackle, and then he liked the wrestling, and we'd do that. And I remember the day it all ended when he came out there. He had his little John Cena wrestling belt and everything, and I would get on my knees on the couch, and he came up there, and he had been watching wrestling. And so we're there. I'm like, okay, let's go, buddy. He goes front snap kick right into my chin.
Oh.
I mean, I saw stars. Like, I thought all my teeth were gone. I thought he wiped out all my teeth in my mouth. Like, what are you doing? He's like, and you could tell he was like startled. He's like, well, they kick in wrestling. I'm like, dude. And he was getting to that age where he's almost too big. I mean, a full-on snap kick right under my chin. Oh, my God, about knocked me out cold. I'm like, yeah, we can't be doing this anymore, bud. You're too big.
Yeah, Lachlan almost hit my tooth the other day. I was on high alert for him watching, because he would be swinging, and I'm putting my head.
They get to a size you got to watch because they will bloody your nose.
Yes.
They will mess you up, knock a tooth out.
I seen Jen get hit a few times, pretty hard in the face.
And sometimes like my first reaction, you get hit, you're like, you square up. You're like, oh,
it's backhand immediately.
You're like, all right, come on, I'm ready to get froggy. Can't be squaring up on a 4-year-old or 2-year-old.
Well, you can.
You can, but it looks weird. People are like, were you going to punch your kid? You're like, no, I just want him to think, okay, look out. I don't know when he might strike back. Yeah, Drew had said, for Jaber, when I was younger, I ran with a few bodybuilders. They would work out and train and eat on a schedule. One time we were at a club on Fort Lauderdale Beach. It's like midnight. My buddy Adam pulls out 2 cooked hamburgers from his jacket pocket and starts eating it right there in the club. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, got to get that protein in, bruh. I laughed, called him crazy. He had an alarm that would remind him to eat every 2 hours.
Okay, I do admire like purse snacks. A purse cheeseburger, that's impressive.
A pocket burger?
A pocket burger is impressive. I'm sorry.
But what happens if you actually are walking down the street and there's maybe a pack of feral dogs? Like, what happens to you then?
Good call.
That could cause some problems.
Bitch.
Yes. That could be an issue.
Well, that's when I was first walking my dog, we were trying to train her. So you carry dog treats in your pocket, and we would just crush up bacon and stuff, bacon bits, and toss them to her. And I'd be walking around stores, and all these animals would be coming up to me. And I couldn't figure it out forever. I realized I had the remnants of bacon in my pocket.
That's right. It'll happen. One thing with the Diddy story, I don't know where this thing is going to go, but the more I keep hearing the testimony, and wait till the whole thing's done, Kev. I get it. And I think they're saying they were projecting maybe around the 4th of July. So you'll have 3 weeks left of this trial. So there's still a lot that can happen. And it's been going on for a month, maybe 3 weeks to a month?
Yeah, I think it's day 20.
So maybe we're halfway through
Maybe.
what you're going to be hearing. But right now, a lot of what I hear at least is it sounds like Diddy's a monster, no doubt about it. He's into some freaky sexual stuff. He goes both ways, clearly, and maybe even prefer men over women. But a lot of what I'm hearing is it seems like these women are in situations where they wanted to get close to power and money, And I don't know how bad this is going to be against Diddy, because it seems like they keep showing, at least Diddy's legal team are showing a lot where they text or email that they enjoyed it. They're having a good time. They can't wait to do it again. And like saying, you're away from him. You have a chance to run or to go. And I know they're going to probably bring in experts about, there's something about, they keep going back to their abuser, and that seems to be an issue. But I was just like, I wonder how the jury is taking this. And the one thing, did you hear the one comment about Cassie, where when somebody was talking to her, they had a witness who was talking to Cassie, and they said, you just need to leave him. Like, why do you keep going back if he's so rough and he's beating you? And there's a lot of stuff in there that you're doing and these freak offs that you don't want to do. Why don't you just leave? She's like, well, then who am I going to date? Jay-Z's already taken. Did you hear that comment?
Oh, I did not.
And I heard that. I'm like, and I think that went into the jury's ears. They're going to hear that this is somebody that just having money and status and all that stuff is more important, that they are completely giving up and cashing in on their morals and doing stuff they don't want to do. But is that something where you're going to put Diddy away for life because of that?
I think it'll be interesting to see. I think the jury is weighted male. I think there are more men than women on the jury. How will that play out? Yeah,
I think Diddy needs something. And I'd heard one legal expert that was just saying that they were concerned that they had overcharged him, that they're not going to meet the standard of the charges. And if you don't do that, then he walks scot-free.
Well, that's the scary thing. You got to pick which charge you're going after. Because if you lose this one...
Right, and I think that's it. I think they threw such a Hail Mary that they're going for a slam dunk.
It's almost better to go for lesser charges.
It's kind of like if you went for a slam dunk and you go up and the ball hits the rim and it bounces off, guess what? You get 0 points. And that's almost like what it sounds like they've done. They've got to get a slam dunk or Diddy just walks. And I keep hearing a lot of things. I'm like going, that can't be good for the prosecution.
But I think they've proven sex trafficking and prostitution across state lines. They've proven those two things as far as I'm concerned.
And now what proves that? Because that's what I heard you had to see. What's the prostitution across state lines?
You have actual male prostitutes that were paid to show up, perform, and he transported them across state lines.
And is that what the Grand Slam is, or is it sex trafficking?
No, I think it's racketeering.
Okay.
I think the racketeering is the biggest, right?
Yeah. I think it was maybe even a RICO charge that they're doing, which is what they used against the mob in New York back in the day, in the 80s and 90s.
There's drug mules. There's all kinds of people that are orchestrating bribes and doing all kinds of unscrupulous things, threatening people behind the scenes. I mean, it wasn't just Diddy. He had an enterprise, a criminal enterprise going just with the drugs alone, without the bribery and without all the other shady stuff we've heard about. I think that's RICO, right? That's racketeering.
I don't know. I mean, the one thing I'm wondering, do you hear anything about an exchange of money that's going on with this? I mean, they are paying the prostitutes, but is Diddy making money doing any of this stuff? Or is this just what he likes to do in his spare time, is have freak-offs with a lot of women and men and baby oil and all that?
He paid people to be drug mules, and I think that's going to be a problem.
Well, the thing I'm wondering, you could get him for paying for drugs, prostitution, all these kind of things, but it seems like they're taking it to a whole different level where this isn't a guy that just had illegal activities he did in his spare time. This is a guy that was running an enterprise. And that's where I think they were saying that's a big thing to go for, because you're making him out to be John Gotti, a mob boss, or whatever. Yes, he was rich and powerful. He's just like a lot of people in Hollywood in the music industry that have sick, twisted things they like to do in their spare time that is likely illegal, but we're not going to put him away for life because of these kind of things.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
You certainly want a guy like that to be punished. I think if he walks out scot-free, you have now created a monster.
In future
Can you imagine what a hero, if he walks away with nothing, what a hero he'll be?
And all of his victims should be living in fear. Because if you testified against him, he is going to come for you.
Retaliation.
Yeah, we'll see
Big
what happens.
time.
There's a couple of interesting revelations, though, to have happen in this trial. One was the baby oil. The other one is apparently Diddy's favorite TV show is Dateline.
After the 4-day freak-offs,
Isn't that amazing?
He loves nothing more than to cuddle, snuggle, and watch Dateline.
That's how he unwinds his Dateline. I was like, okay, that's just so random. I don't know, did you pick Diddy to be a Dateline fan?
Dateline's great, Kevin.
Okay.
I
all
do
right.
enjoy it.
Maybe I got to get with it. I'm the one who doesn't get it. Jeffrey sent an email. He said, please give my girl Jennifer a happy birthday today on the After the Show. Pretty pleased in the new studio. That's our first birthday shout out for the After the Show, at least here in the studio. A lot of firsts going on here. Also, we got Rachel in Fort Lauderdale, daily listener. I want to take a moment to express my appreciation to each of you. She said, in early March, we found out that my boyfriend's mom was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer with 1 year to live, and he unexpectedly lost his dad to a heart attack just 9 months ago. So life has tossed us a few sour lemons in the last year, and navigating this in our early 30s is not something we ever imagined, but we're taking it day by day, and that's where y'all come in. Thank you for what you do, and I cannot describe the feeling of just hearing your familiar voices each morning and afternoon during my commute. Despite all that's happened, turning the radio on to hear you guys laughing and just making life relatable, it's so grounding. I decided to take the sour lemons life tossed us and turn it into something good. So to honor his mom, Luann, I decided to run the New York City Marathon with Project Purple, a nonprofit that does some incredible things for the pancreatic cancer community. I understand this might not be feasible, but I was wondering if y'all would be able to give a shout out. Yeah, we'd share your fundraising project.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Give us all the details, and we will share that on KVJ Cares.
You can look for its Peninsula to Peninsula Virtual Mileage Challenge. So shout out to Danny and Megan as well. Thanks for guaranteeing I laugh and smile each day. So yeah, we'll post that for KVJ Cares.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get the link to Denny's.
You can send it to mail@kvjshow.com.
That's right. Okay, very nice. Well, there you go. That's one After the Show down, baby. Hopefully a lot more to go. So we'll see every day. Come check us out tomorrow. We'll have new things that we're going to be working on. And I think eventually I'm going to figure out which one of these slides works this and works that. So give me a little bit of time. We'll get it all together. So thanks for checking it out. Day 1. We'll see you back here for day 2 tomorrow. Y'all have a good day. Goodbye.
Our headphones kept playing the station.